everybody, and welcome to Arcade 92. Today we're going to be featuring Tron. Now, Arcade 92 is a retro arcade and bar, but we are inspired by the 90s, but we have to pay respect to the golden age that came before 1992, which was between basically 1979 to 1983. So, one of those games that is now a legend is Tron. So, we're going to talk about Tron today, and Tron is an extremely unique story. It is the champion that never should have been. So in 1981, they started working on the movie Tron to release it for theaters in 1982. To help drum up the excitement and the new excitement of Pac-Man in the arcade and Space Invaders and Galaga, they wanted to add to that hype, so they had the idea that since this movie is kind of like a video game, let's make an arcade game. And they did. And that game is called Tron, obviously, right after the movie. Now here's the problem. So the game was mostly designed to be a supplement to the movie. It wasn't really supposed to be a big deal in itself. By the time everything settled, the video game had made well over $80 million, far outpassing even the wildest dreams of what the movie could make. The movie was generally considered to be a flop in terms of a return on investment, but the video game blew everyone away. Now the problem is they didn't make a lot of these, so if you see a Tron on site, that is a rarity. We're super excited to have one here and at our new Flower Mound location as well. So how did this game do so great instead of the movie? Well, part of the problem was that at the time, this is made by Disney, and the animators actually went on strike because they were using computers to animate Tron. The animators did not like this, so there was huge boycotts for the movie, so that's part of why the movie flopped. The other issue is, from what we've heard in now gaming history, is that when the executives from the movie went to go talk to the video game programmers, that meeting lasted around 10 minutes. They basically were to describe the entire premise of the movie without seeing a script in 10 minutes because they wanted to release the game the same time they released the movie. So if you've ever played the game Tron, your probably favorite part's probably the light cycles. Now that they wanted to focus on. So the light cycles is very popular. The tank scene, where you're fighting between two tanks, has nothing to do with the movie at all. Nothing! It's actually based on a 1976-1977 game on the Atari called Combat. They literally just pulled that out of thin air. Then there's a scene where you go into the NCP cone, nothing to do with the movie, and another scene where you fight these kind of spider robots to get into this other central area. Again, nothing really to do by the movie. You can make a stretch, and some parts might relate to it. But anyways, only really one of the four parts actually related to something that happens in the movie. Now, the best part that was supposed to happen was the disc battle. So you have to use your imagination here a little bit. Tron is Pong the movie. So if you think about it, the disc they're throwing back and forth is inspired by the creator watching the game Pong with the ball going back and forth, right? But the problem is that disc thing was supposed to be the most important part of the movie. But they didn't have enough time because they rushed the game to come out. So after this game, they released a second game called Discs of Tron. So again, this thing had all the odds stacked against it. It should have done terrible. $80 million later, this thing has become a legend. So come on out to Arcade 92, grab yourself a drink. It's time to play Tron again. End of line.